What's up? Welcome back to Pirate Studios. And if this is your first time, welcome. Today is going to be a short video, hopefully. This is part one, drums of mixed breakdown for Aberrations of Reality by Faithhead. Let's get right into it. So let's listen to it just a little bit here before I break down the drums. Cool. So that's what we got going. And this is just part one, like I said. So I'm going to break down the whole song in sections. And if you'd rather watch the whole song in one video, I'll leave the link in the description so you can go ahead and check it out in full. So we're going to minimize just the drums here. So first of all, I want to say that everything is got the master track has its own mastering plugins on it already. This is just random. I just use this for volume control basically, and it kind of it allows me to mix through it. I have these on at all times. I have these both on the entire time when I go to mix. And I have them set pretty much, and I don't really mess with them after that. And I mix everything else with them active. And so the only thing I have to, I just use this preset on this. This kind of brings it all the bass and all that stuff in. It makes it sound the way it should. And then this Start Me Up, the Chris Lord Algae, I just control this input as I check it periodically as I add things and as I mix to make sure it's not redlining. And then I don't ever mess with the output. So keep that in mind. Now, the drums, I put them on their own bus inside of there, which is right here, and it has the mastering plug-in and looks like it's redlining. It's funny, I may turn that down a little bit for sake of, I'm not going to, just because this song's already out. So I don't need to adjust it now. It's too late. So it's got its own, like if this was all I was doing, here it is, and then the output of it is going to the master. So let's listen to the kick first. That kick consists of two mics. We've got the regular kick mic, the Audix D6. Yep. And then you've got this custom made sub kick out of a subwoofer that I made. There it is all by itself. So I've got a gate on both of them. And then right here on the sub kick, I've got this to really just to limit it because it wants to. I should have put like a limiter in the mic cable when I soldered it, but I didn't. So, and then I got some EQ, and I'm actually boosting. Wow, I'm boosting 200K right there. So, and the rest of it's not working, not doing anything. So I wanted it to hit even harder, which is weird actually, because it's really bassy. Yeah, I must have had the volume a lot down. I must have had the volume down a lot. So, and then here's the regular kick mic, and it's got pretty much just the preset kick, and sometimes I'll add more treble just if I want to. If you really want it to come out and give it a more clicky sound, you want to just increase the high mid frequency and the high frequency, and then you just use your sub mic for all the low end. So you use the main mic for the sound, and then the sub kick for the low end. Now this microphone, the Audix D6, does a great job, really, capturing both the low end and the click. But if you really want to get a real clicky sound and be able to keep your bass, you really need to have both. And so, and then I've got them going to this bus, which you can hear it right here. Here's the mics together. I'll cut the sub kick out so you can hear it in and out. So yeah, you can really, it's got a real thump. Okay, and then the snare, it's also got 2 mics. They're going to a bus, and I've just got the single mics gated, so they're not. Here's the regular mic all by itself, without reverb or EQ or anything. Well, it's got the EQ and everything on it. If I'd have to put that on its own master. Anyway, and then here's the under mic. They're both SM57s. And then together. And then all I did was I turned up the 200. I turned up 200 to give it more bottom end, so it's not so tinny. But then I had to turn up 8K also, so that's what I did. And then the reverb is verbiage. I did pay for this plug-in, and I put the stupid license in the right folder, but it still likes to say that. So this is pretty much just standard. Here's the mics with nothing. That's nothing. That's the snare. That's the snare with nothing on it. Yeah, you can hear it when you turn this solid state EV channel on. It kind of takes it from muffled and kind of opens it up. I'll let you hear the difference here. Here's without it. Gives more ring too, which is why I had I think I took it off. Yeah, I took it off. I had a specific frequency turned down to help with the ring when I was mixing, but when I listen to it now, it really doesn't make a difference. So when you listen to it within the mix. So you want to add your overheads. Your overheads and your room, and all the mics work together to give you your drum sound. And I've said this in the big video, but something I've noticed of the years I've been doing this now, and when I really listen to guitar tones, and this channel is a lot about trying to mimic the sounds of famous bands when I do cover tunes. So guitar tone, I've got actual exact guitar tones. So when I listen to a lot of these guitar tones of like famous bands, like take Alice in Chains, the Facelift and Dirt album. To me, the guitar's tone doesn't sound that good by itself, but the drums really make the mix of the album. So if you don't have a good drum sound, you don't have a good album. So all these mics work together. So I'm adding the overheads now. Here's just the overheads, and all I did was I cut out 200 to I'd cut out the 200 to get the kick out of there and the snare to make it where you just hear more of of uh, the overheads and not so much of the drums. And then all I did was I didn't do a whole lot really. This is just reset. Normally I would turn up the mic until it reds. Yeah, it's pretty much, it's not doing a whole lot. It's really just it's really compressing and yeah, it's really compressing and just keeping everything toned down. And the left and right overhead doesn't have anything on it. I just combined them. They're going to a bus right here. And then you got the room. I have stereo room mics. They're not doing, they don't have anything on them right there, but then you've got this just to Rock Legend is the preset I go to every time. It's not a very big room, but it really gives, so you can blend it in with the overheads and mics, the other mics, and so you get so I'll cut the room out and you just hear a little bit of a difference. Yeah, and then I'll cut the overheads out and you can hear the difference there too. Yeah, so those the room mic is actually a little bit louder than the overheads, which is crazy. The hi-hat has the hi-hat and the ride have their own microphone too. So I think that's just the hi-hat. The only thing I did was I turned up 10K because without it, it sounds kind of muffled, that microphone. That's another thing that you should know. The best thing to do if you want to, the better your microphones are, the better the drum sound's going to be, and the less stuff you have to do to it afterwards to get a good tone. I had cheaper mics, and I had to really, when I first started recording, I really had to do a lot of work to get them to sound good. So, and these are actually my old overheads that I've got on the hi-hat and the ride. So all I did was turn 10K. Here it is before and after. Yeah, so yeah, then the ride is pretty much the same. I think that he uses ride on bridge. Oh, on the chorus. Okay, so here is the ride by itself. And I just increased 10K on it too because those mics are a little muffled. So here's before and after. So it really opens it up. Now let's hear some toms. This is a big thing that can really make or break it too. This is right at the beginning. It sounds killer. So I think this is tom 3 and 4. So we've got a gate, so their mics aren't just picking up the whole drum set the whole time. But that's another thing about toms that I've noticed, that even with these new Audix tom mics that I bought, toms are real muddy sounding. They sound like this. I really had to crank up the 8K on it. I'll let you hear it before and after. Let's do 4 all by itself first. Here's before. That's not very good. Here's after. So yeah, it's better. It could use more low end really now that I'm listening to it again, but and then I got this just default compressor. I didn't do anything to it. I just put it on it. Oh, that's all I do. I just put it on. What's really doing all the work right here on these toms is Tom 3. I mean, it's really doing more work on 4. This is just the first song on the album, so I'm already doing a lot better on the other songs. So I'm really excited for everybody to hear it. So there is, let's turn this off. Bypass. And then we got this. So this was increased on the 8K also. So here it is before. Terrible. Just made it a whole lot better. And then you just add the compressor. Killer. And then the best freaking plugin, one of the best drum plugins I've ever bought is this. It's called Torque, and it's by Waves. All these plugins are by Waves, by the way. This lets you grab. So let's do this. It will let you focus on the certain section of the frequency of the tom, whatever, and then you can tune it. So you can tell right there is where the most of the sound is right there. So you can then detune it. So let's do that. So here's before and after. You can turn your output up, and it'll give it even more bass and give it more body. So yeah, that tom is a killer sounding tom. Once again, those mics all by themselves don't paint the whole picture. Here's the whole drum set, the whole picture, and that's how you get it. Don't forget, mix in your master with your mastering plugin. And I'm using this free reverb. It takes a lot of CPU, so you better have a strong computer. Ronin fed air verb. I've just got it on large hall, and let's see. Yeah, I just put it on that preset, and I'm running the toms. I'm running the toms to it. And then you get this. And then till next time, part 2, look out for it. Thanks for coming, and please subscribe, and please like this video. It helps the channel out, and helps the algorithm and all that stuff. See you next time.